Well, hey, howdy, hey, how's it going there, Internet? Welcome back to your favorite podcast, the Thick Boys Media Podcast, or Thick Boys Podcast for short. Yeah. My name's Andy.
This is Carlos doing some ASMR.
Ooh, baby, listen to that. Sounds pretty good. We're having a drink, so should you. Join us today at 1-800-THICK-BOYS. I don't think that matches up. So on today's show, we have our very first. Mariana says no. We're having our very first guest on the show, who I just teased. She's going to be on soon. You'll find out all about it real soon. We'll be doing some two truths and a lie.
Yeah.
Sharing some fun segments there. I've got a fun little online story to share. With the group as the day goes on, and but before anything, we have to talk about what we did on last Sunday. What did we do, Carlos?
Yeah. So, if you stuck around for the end of last week's episode, you'll know that we went to the State Fair down in Springfield,
Illinois.
Yeah. So we brought the camera, just recorded some stuff, put a little montage together.
Little cut up.
But yeah, it was a lot of fun because I had never been to the State Fair, the Illinois State Fair. I went to the coin one when I was at SIU, and that was all right.
That was different. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean it's
that one's more like an advanced county fair. The
Yeah.
State Fair is something else. Like, especially Illinois, it's bigger than a lot of others.
There's like a lot more animals.
Yeah,
than I
right?
expected.
Like, we saw some horses that were huge. Like, I had never seen a horse that big.
Yeah.
That was surprising.
Like, we were as tall. In fact, it was the back of the horse, like where
Straight
you
up.
sit on,
6 foot.
was taller than us.
Yeah.
It's like as tall as like your fridge would be.
It's like if someone took a giraffe and then cut off the neck and put a horse head on top. And they were like, we painted it black for you. Enjoy.
And then like the neck of this horse was like basically as like thick as me. Like it was, this thing probably has more muscles in its neck than I have in my entire body. Yeah, this thing was massive.
It was straight up insane.
What's going on here? Oh, okay. Yeah, we're good. I thought the recording got messed up. No, we're good.
Is it still going?
Yeah, we're still going.
Yeah.
So, we got a new sponsor this week.
We got a new sponsor. Who could that sponsor be?
This week, we're sponsored by Me Chastity Belt.
Me Chastity.
Me Chastity Belt. If you guys are familiar with Me Undies, they started a new branch. A new side business called Me Chastity. For you to order your own, or not just for yourself, maybe for your partner, a chastity belt for them to wear. This is great for occasions like bachelor parties, bachelorette parties, to make sure that your significant other isn't getting down and dirty with someone else.
Trust issues.
They also
or a thing of the past with Me Undies.
Me Chastity belt.
Fuck!
So, they also let us know that Father's Day sale was extended to end of August. So, fathers,
very convenient.
Fathers, if you'd like to get this for your daughters, to lock those... I'm not going to say the rest of that, but, lock it up. I don't know why they only restricted it to daughters. Get it for your sons too, fathers, or don't. But yeah, so thank you to Me Chastity. If you go to mechastity.com/thick, you'll get 25% off your first order. So thanks again to Me Chastity Belt. Or not Me Chastity Belt, Me Chastity. So thanks again. That's mechastity.com/thick for 25% off. Thank you.
25%? How the hell did we finagle that one?
25% off, yeah. Hey. I mean, listen, man, they know we have influence. We got a lot of clout, as the young folks say.
Not after this video.
and they wanted to hook it up. So
yeah, thank you, Me Chastity. We look forward to continuing this advertisement deal.
correct.
So on that note, it comes to the time in the show where we have our very first guest. That is right. Coming here live from Chicago, Illinois, Mariana. Yay! The claps and
Hi.
Are you ready for this?
No.
That
That made it better.
So, for full disclosure, so that people understand why I may have bias during this interview, Mariana and I are dating. Oh, drama. Yeah, I know. So, if when we get to the interview portion and we're asking hard-hitting questions, if mine are like softball, pitches, and she like hits it out of the park, now I know why. So.
Are you okay?
Are you,
So now comes to the time.
so wait, are you?
You'll find out when you edit this.
Are you just upset that you're alone right now?
This is my partner.
Aww.
That's okay because Andy has been talking to someone.
And find out more about this adventure later on in the show. So, Carlos, what is our first thing we're doing with our special first guest?
So as a nice little warm-up, we want to play a fun game. One might call an icebreaker, called Two Truths and a Lie. For those that don't know, Two Truths and a Lie, the name basically explains it, but you give us 3 statements about yourself. 2 of them are true, 1 is a lie, and each person has to try to figure out which one is the lie. Mm-hmm. And for a little bit of added bonus, we got some vodka.
Yes.
And we will be making a drinking game out of it. I don't know if Mariana will be drinking because she has to drive.
But that means whichever one of us loses, we have to take the double shot.
Ooh,
Sure. Whatever.
There's a double. Okay, this is fun.
Or
Well,
at
we'll
least
take your
one
shot.
and a half.
Okay.
I'm good.
Whatever.
Let me move this.
I'm done.
Because
So let me pour this out.
it's Saturday night. It's not the end of the millennia.
Let me turn the logo
It is
away.
I wonder what it could be.
I sure like water. That's not water.
It's water.
Yes.
Okay. So, I can go first.
Yeah. Let's just go 1, 2, 3.
Right.
Okay.
Do your first set of 3. 2 truths and a lie.
All right.
2 truths and a lie in no particular order.
Okay.
Obviously, otherwise I'd be giving it away.
Oh.
All right, here we go. When I was in 3rd grade, I got a splinter, like a wooden splinter, under my fingernail,
Okay.
and I passed out from the sight of it. Number 2.
Oh no.
The only spelling bee I ever lost was in the 5th grade, and I lost on the word squirrel. And to this day, I still second guess my spelling of it.
Oh my god.
Number
These are
3,
intense.
my first phone with internet, I ended up watching so much YouTube on the school bus that I got in trouble because it cost a lot of data charges on the phone bill. So try to figure out.
These are all very believable.
They are.
Yeah. So find out tell me which one's
okay.
a lie. You can
So
ask me some more.
The first
if you'd
one was
like.
in 2nd grade?
3rd.
3rd grade.
3rd grade.
Would it help you to know where I was in the country during 3rd grade?
Yeah.
I was in Texas.
Okay.
The Lone Star State.
And you said what happened with it?
I got a splinter under my fingernail. So
Yeah.
between my fingernail and my
Yeah,
finger.
right here.
Right. I got a
Okay.
splinter. And it
Well,
was so bad
Texas
that
is a bit
I
more
passed out.
Texas is a bit more old school. Maybe they have a bit more wooden furniture.
Right?
That's possible. Number 2.
The only spelling bee I've ever lost was in 5th grade to the word squirrel. And to this day, I still second guess my spelling of it.
You're a very smart man. You were in honors.
But squirrels are really... I don't know.
Can you spell squirrel?
Squirrel?
I don't know.
Yeah, now, I mean, granted, I'm
See,
checking in my brain. I'm just like, there's two L's.
If Google recognizes
There's two
it, then
L's
it's
for
right.
sure.
Hold on.
I can't give you hints here.
Yeah, because...
No,
I don't want to give away.
You're a very
How
smart
did you
guy. I'm
spell it?
not doubting that you would make that mess up. I'm wondering how much you would focus on it. Because you're implying that it fucked you up.
To this day, like, maybe I still, like, did I
Yeah,
spell
you're
it
just
right?
like, I remember the time I spelled squirrel, not squirrel.
And then number 3, my first phone with internet access, I watched so much YouTube on the school bus, and I got in trouble because I cost a lot of, like, money on the phone bill with data charges.
That's
You don't have an age when that was. When was... Do you provide an age?
I don't want to give you more information because
That's fine,
maybe
that's
that
fine.
gives it away,
That's fine.
But it's my first phone with internet. It's not like my first phone ever.
First phone with internet.
My first phone, to give you context, was a flip phone.
Yeah.
It's just like a random...
I mean,
have
I
keyboard.
watched YouTube on a shitty phone.
Right.
Shit. Mariana, what do you think?
Guys, take your guesses.
It's the YouTube one.
You think the YouTube one's the
I think
lie?
it happened, but I don't think it was you.
Okay, so you think that's the lie?
That is the lie. Just gamble.
I'm going to go with squirrel being the false.
I knew he was going to say that.
Who's right? Neither of us?
You're both wrong.
Fuck! I definitely have to take the shot.
So I got a really bad splinter in 3rd grade, but I didn't pass out.
I was going to say that one, but
Like,
I was like,
it
I feel
was
like
real
I've
bad.
heard the YouTube one.
I had to like be sent home. So like here's the situation. Back in 3rd grade, I went to an elementary school where I don't know if you've ever seen this, but they had like outdoor classrooms.
Yeah.
Like basically in like trailers.
Oh, yeah.
And so since it was elevated, they had like a ramp. Like if you were in a wheelchair or whatever, they had a ramp and it was made of wood and they had a wood railing. And for whatever reason, my dumbass was just like, the wood was pretty smooth. It was treated well. But I was running my finger, like my hand along the side of the wood. And I guess there was like a little like piece of wood sticking out. And it just, bam! And it went all the way to the, like basically the end of the nail bed. And then it was like, sticking out. It was like sticking out. And I was like, oh my God. And I showed my teacher and she was like, oh dear Lord, like in her Texan accent. That wasn't even a Texan
You had
accent.
acrylics before they were good.
But it wasn't,
Oh, dear Lord.
what in tarnation? And, but I didn't pass out. They sent me home.
Yeah.
Well, like not by myself. Like they
They're
sent
like,
me
go
to the
home,
nurses.
child.
They like picked it out and then they had to send me to the doctor, I guess, to like make sure it got disinfected. It was bad.
All right.
Wow.
All right, well.
And yeah, to this day, I still second guess squirrel. I don't even know if I spelled it right on this page. I think it's Squirrel. I think there's 2 R's, 1 L.
That's what I said, right?
No, I think you said 1 R, 2 L's. There might be 2 R's, 2 L's. See, this, I still
There's
second
2
guess
R's.
it. I have
I'm
no
just
idea.
going to Google it and then...
On that
And
note,
then, yeah, my first phone, like, I just watched so much YouTube that,
Oh, was
like,
you?
one time the phone bill came in and my dad was like,
I thought
yo,
it was-
who's been watching so much, like, using the internet? And I'm like, I don't know. And then my dad's like, well, it says your phone number. And I'm like, oh, all right. So I was baited.
So how many R's and how
Did
many
you take
L's?
that shot?
No, it was never
Oh,
served.
Andy took it. Got it. He took it.
I should have just said yes, Andy. Oh, no.
All right.
I haven't done hard liquor in a while.
You're up.
Oh, I'm up. Okay, let me see which one I can pick from.
Which, by the way, for context, the first ever recording we did of the Thick Boys podcast, like the lost episodes, we played Two Truths and a Lie for a good bit of it and played a drinking game out of it.
Oh, no.
And Andy got, like, fucked up. Just
I won 1 round out of like 7. So, Mariana.
Your turn.
I'm most likely to take one shot this round, and then none the next.
Okay. Okay. So this is from when I was a tiny little girl, right?
Okay.
Okay. So I was bald as a child until I was 4 years old.
Okay.
All right. And then I have drank skunk tea.
Wow.
And I had a pet frog when I was 5.
Hmm.
And feel free to ask.
So here's the thing.
Put it in the mouth.
Mexicans are wild as hell.
They are.
And they have the weirdest fucking remedies for shit. Like, you'd be like, hey, I'm like...
She was just telling me about one, too.
I had like a pimple on my cheek, and they're like, you know what you should drink is skunk tea. That'll help clear your skin up. And you're like, what? No, that's not even worth it. I'll just deal with the pimple. You know, like, there's just wild remedies for everything. So I fully believe that you've had skunk tea. I don't even know how that works. Like, you just put a skunk in a boiling pot, and then you just grab a soup ladle and just go, there you go.
You're thinking like The Simpsons, like Cletus, like just boiling animals.
Yeah, boiling like a boiling roadkill or some shit.
That'd be unhygienic.
I'm thinking...
Can you repeat them one more time?
Yes, of course. Let me open them up so I'm not... Okay, I was bald as a child until I was 4 years old. Okay. I drank skunk tea.
Sure.
I had a pet frog when I was 5 years old.
See, this is why Carlos has such an advantage. But that's okay.
It's not even... I mean, I guess.
He's just known you much longer, too.
But he doesn't even know this.
Like, I don't know any of this.
I mean, I tried to make sure he didn't know a couple of these.
Okay, I'm going to say the frog is the throw-off one.
You know what?
The frog's the lie.
You don't think I had a pet frog at the age of 5?
No.
Okay. What about
We don't play too many games. So
this is why it's fun for me.
I don't know what type of player you are.
A lot of your... I'm trying to think of your baby pictures that you've shown me.
I don't think you'd be...
And...
No, I think you would be.
I can't remember if you were bald, but I do know that you were pissed in a lot of them. And that might be because you didn't have hair.
I'm just like, what the shit?
I have to show you the picture that's
She's
hanging
just
on my
always,
parents' wall.
Dude, she's like always mean mugging. Like...
It's a really nice picture of me in a
But I
dress,
swear,
and I'm just like...
Until you were 4, I swear I've seen pictures of you around the age of 4, or maybe even a little bit younger, and you've had hair. So I don't think it's that one. I'm going to take a stab that it's the frog one. I feel like maybe you have had a pet frog, but maybe you're trying to throw us off with the age. Maybe it's not 5.
So we're both guessing frog.
I'm guessing frog.
Okay, you guys ready?
What is it? Tell us!
Hold on.
You don't
No,
even
I do know! I had a little asterisk, so I knew. So you're both right.
Okay, the frog was the lie.
Yes.
Have you had a pet frog at all?
Yes.
Just not a 5.
Just not at...
Not at 5.
Not a 5.
When did you have a pet frog?
I had a pet frog when I was in middle school.
Prep those glasses, buddies.
It was, it's the little tadpoles.
Yeah.
The school had it, and then they let you take the
You were
tadpole.
bald for the first 4 years of your life?
No, that's true.
So,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's why I'm shocked.
So Mexicans have the tradition that their kids, well, daughters and sons, so what they do is they let them grow out the baby hair, and then they shave them so it could grow back thicker.
Okay.
And there's actually a picture of my dad holding me.
You know what's funny? I thought that was the lie, but I didn't pick that as my lie.
Yeah, I know.
I'm dumb. I won this purely out of
luck.
He totally said it too, and he's like, "So I'm gonna go with the frog," and I was like, "Where did this come from? We're agreeing."
The waves of we're like,
Wow.
dude, pick.
That was totally my pick too. That I'm like, nah, you've had hair.
You're safe.
Anyways, the frog.
We saw it, the thought was there, and then it just swerved.
All right, you're safe for now.
Whoa.
But
Wait, I don't have to drink, right?
Nope. Soon.
You know what? I'll drink because
Nope.
she can't drink.
Okay.
Technically, you have to drink if we guess it right. But since she's not drinking...
Okay, take it. I'm
surprised
2
you haven't
shots
asked
in.
more about the skunk tea.
2, 1, none. All right. Time for... My oldest brother met his wife online.
Okay.
She lived in the UK, and he married her over there. and then she moved here. They have been together for over 15 years. Number 2.
Oh my god, that's all one.
I have owned 4 dogs in my lifetime.
Okay.
And dozens of cats.
Okay.
Number 3. I currently own, yet I have never watched the movie Schindler's List.
Ooh.
2 truths and a lie.
The third one's a lie.
I think the third one's a lie, but only because I believe you haven't seen Schindler's List, but I don't believe you own it. I think you don't own it. Because I've seen your movie collection. You might have way more at home. But Schindler's List was not on the drawer of DVDs that we went through the other day to pick out a movie to watch.
You remember why I brought the ones that I brought?
No.
Come on.
Say it again, because you have a thing with wording.
Wait, but
All of them?
The last one.
I met your oldest brother, and I met his wife.
Yeah.
And she didn't have an accent.
Yeah. It faded away.
Okay, that makes sense.
How long she
It could be, the lie could be in the numbers, though. But I believe that was true. I know you've had dogs.
That one's true.
But I don't know about how many cats. Dozens?
Dozens?
I want you to read the last one.
All right. Here's all of them for safety. My oldest brother met his wife online.
Okay.
She lived in the UK, England, so he married her there. Over at the country, and then she moved here.
Okay.
And they've been married for 15 plus years.
Oh, love.
I have owned 4 dogs in my lifetime, and also dozens of cats. Or, I currently own, yet I have never watched the movie Schindler's List. 2
Now
truths
I'm doubting.
and a lie.
I'm you know what? I'm sticking to my guns. I don't want to second guess myself. Even though dozens of cats seems like Jesus. That's saying at least 24 cats.
He lives in a farm land
Do you
type of
get what
area.
that dozens means? More than 1 dozen.
Yes.
That means at least 2 dozen. That's
Cats
the bare
run
minimum.
away. If cats are outside in the field, they
The
could come
bare
back.
minimum
This
for saying
you broke him.
dozens.
Okay, you broke him.
Is that you need to have at least more than 1 dozen.
He's saying this as if I don't know
24
what I
cats.
said.
24 cats.
Yes.
Like it's mind blowing to me that anyone could own more than like.
So that's what you're saying?
But you know what? I stick to my guns. I'm sticking with Schindler's List.
You know what? I'm just gonna say it's your brother's. That one's the lie.
Mariana is correct.
Ha!
Carlos is false. Carlos, you have to take 1 shot.
Wait, let me tell you what I think is incorrect, though. I don't think it's the years. I think it's how they met.
The story is true, but it's about my sister and her husband, not my brother
Damn
and
it.
his wife.
See, that's what threw me off. I knew one of your siblings married someone from the UK.
I'm tricky.
It's pretty cool.
I should have stuck to my gut when it came to wait, I met his wife and she didn't have an accent. You don't just lose that.
You have this
You also
train of
met
thought,
Jim,
and
my
then you go like
sister's
this.
husband, and he doesn't have an accent either.
Did I speak to him though?
He's very quiet.
I might not have heard his accent.
Yeah. Well, he doesn't even have one.
He
Okay,
lost
that's
it.
true.
Yeah, I mean, he moved to America. He lived here for several years. Barely kind of had...
Does he have a southern accent?
She's
Like American or UK?
Like American southern.
No to either.
What is his accent? Everyone has an
It's American.
accent.
It's Midwest,
okay.
if anything.
So does he go ope?
It's more New York because he learned a lot of stuff through mainstream. I think so you see a lot of New York based or LA, but not necessarily LA based. Anyway, so those are my 2 truths and a lie. Carlos, have you done your shot? Glug glug glug. There it goes. What are you up? 2-2 none.
No.
Yes.
Yeah, technically 1 mark on you, right?
Yeah, because you
Okay.
guys guessed right?
Yes.
Numbers work.
All right,
Your turn.
Carlos.
I like how I'm chasing.
Yeah,
the
you're
vodka,
not doing yourself
the
anything
vodka
good.
with Arnold Palmer. Whatever. My turn.
All right, last round for all of us.
So, One time, I was being loud in church, and my mom pinched me to shut me up. Which then caused me to yell in Spanish, "Why did you pinch me?" in the middle of church. Number 2. The first time I rode my skateboard was down my super steep driveway in Texas, where I busted my ass in front of a bunch of neighborhood kids that were hanging out on my driveway. Number 3. I've had 3 pet mice whose names were Kibbles, Nibbles, and Bits.
Kibbles, nibbles, and bits. You know what? I'm going with I'm gonna pour my shot, but I'm going with a confident number 2 is the lie.
Number 2 is the lie?
It's in the details.
Okay. What do you think, babe?
Number 2. No.
So just to repeat them, I'll go over them again.
Yeah.
Yeah, do that.
Just for one. Number 1. One time,
Nice.
I was being loud in church, and in order to shut me up, my mom pinched me, which then led to me yelling in Spanish in front of, out loud in the church, "Why did you pinch me?" Obviously, I didn't say it in English. I said it in Spanish. ¿Por qué me pellizcas? You know?
The fact that you can say it right now is a good sign.
I speak in Spanish.
I know.
I know Spanish.
Learn just that. That's the only Spanish.
Number
you
2.
know.
The first time I rode my skateboard was down my super steep driveway in Texas, where I busted my ass in front of a bunch of neighborhood kids.
Okay.
Number 3. I've had 3 pet mice, Kibbles, Nibbles, and Bits.
But I've also never heard you talk about these mice before.
Maybe I never had them.
The
Maybe
mice
you-
one's a lie.
All right. I'm sticking with my number 2. Mariana's going number 3. What's the truth?
You're all wrong.
What?
Number 1 was the lie. Do you want to know what the lie was?
Oh my god, he didn't yell that out.
It wasn't me. It was my brother.
It was Hector, wasn't it?
It was Hector.
I knew it!
Pull the same shit I did. That doesn't feel good.
That doesn't feel good.
What the
The
fuck?
mice one, I was like, I think the names are wrong. Because I know you had mice, but
No,
I
I
forgot
had 3
the
mice.
names.
So I had 2. My brother. So we had 2 to start. Mine was Nibbles, and I named it Nibbles because.
Go on.
I named it Nibbles because on its way home from the pet store, they put it in a box with air holes, and
Go Andy.
it just started to nibble at the box,
Wah.
and
You're just like, this is your name.
so I'm like, this is your name now, Nibbles.
Until death.
And then my brother named his Kibbles because it rhymed with Nibbles. And then once Nibbles died, we bought a 3rd mouse so that Kibbles wasn't lonely. And we were like, Kibbles and Bits. And they were pals. And then by the time I moved away from Texas, they were alive for 6 months while we were here. But then they passed away. Because mice have really short lifespans, I guess.
Huh.
They're my pals. I would take them out of their little
Enclosement?
yeah, little atrium. We had a bunch of we had little wheels for them to run on. They were my pals, and I would just watch TV, and I would just have it chilling in my shirt pocket, and he would just pop his head out every now and then just go sleep in there.
That's
He
cute.
was a little pal.
All right, my shots are done.
Or so
Your
you
2
think.
truths and a lie are done.
Yes.
Time for you.
What am I gonna pick? Okay. So this is basically things that I've owned,
Okay.
and one of them I have not owned, okay? The game Twister,
Okay.
an easy bake oven,
Oh shit.
a life-size doll that I shared costumes / clothes with.
A life-size
Doll.
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 Oh, I thought you said dog.
That
I'm
seems
like,
very
that's a lie.
specific.
You've never had a dog.
That
That is incorrect.
Well, you've never had a house dog.
There you go.
Where are the first 2?
I always close my phone like that.
Twister?
Okay. I have never owned... Well, things I've owned. So you guys have to see if I have never owned these things, I guess. So, a Twister. A life-size doll I shared costumes with. Or an easy bake oven.
You know what? I know you don't like cooking. So I want to say you've not owned the Easy Bake Oven. But maybe you don't like cooking because you had the Easy Bake Oven, and then because you're a strong, independent woman who don't need no social norms put on you, you were like, fuck that.
Who's that?
I had an Easy Bake Oven, and that shit pissed me off because women are more than just, you know... I don't even know what I'm trying to say. People in the kitchen that just provide and cook.
Housewives?
Housewives, right. So maybe you had the Easy Bake Oven. Twister is a really odd choice of a game, which seems like... I don't know.
This is why I like this, because you guys don't know sometimes.
I'm going to say the doll. I don't know where, out of left field,
I'm gonna say
the doll.
number 2 is the lie.
You guys think I've never owned a life-size doll that I shared
No,
cost with?
I think you have. I don't think the Easy Bake Oven is real. I think you've owned... No.
Specifically Easy Bake Oven brand, or just like...
I'm trying to go psychological on this one. She was very specific because she wanted to, like, match the energy. Mm-hmm. So I think the doll is correct. I think Twister is very basic, and I think the one in the middle, the Easy Bake Oven, slightly descriptive, yet not too specific. I think that one's the lie.
Right.
Okay, so you guys think
I'll
I
stick
have
with the doll.
never...
I'll stick with the doll, though.
He's going with the doll.
When I make my choice, I don't want to second guess it.
Yeah.
Because I'll regret it.
Okay, so you think I've never owned a life-size doll?
I don't think you've ever owned a life-size doll that you shared clothes with.
Okay.
It's all, like, you got to encompass the whole statement.
Okay, and you're going to stick with the Easy Bake Oven?
I guess so.
Good, okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, you're right. I've
Yes!
never owned an Easy
Fuck!
Bake Oven.
No more shots for me.
That's why you don't
I
like
have
cooking.
indeed owned a life-size doll that I shared costumes
That's why she
with.
doesn't like cooking, man.
I just know Mariana better. I don't know what to say.
I owned an Easy Bake Oven, and I love to cook, so...
I didn't own one, and then I just don't like to cook because I don't like cooking. That's a whole
If
other
you'd
story.
owned an Easy Bake Oven since childhood, you would have been like,
No.
cooking ain't nothing. Got it.
No, a thing.
No.
Ain't
I
no
don't like.
thing,
I don't like cooking.
but
for...
a MF
Speaking-
chicken wang.
Speaking of
I need the vodka.
no thing, you better get that shot down before I go on to my final two truth
Right,
I just don't like.
I'm ready.
and a lie.
Excuse me.
I'm so glad I got that right.
I'm surprised you got it right.
Okay.
Hold on.
Baby! Alright. This is the final one.
Mm-hmm.
Number 1. I was so convinced that I wanted to play guitar when I was much younger. I convinced my parents to buy me one for Christmas. I only took a few lessons, then I gave it up to stick with drumming for 7 more years. Number 2. My first major injury was when I was in 3rd grade. I had an ingrown toenail that definitely needed attention and never got checked out. And I was walking barefoot in the kitchen one day, stubbed down a chair leg. It bled a lot.
Oh man, dude, I've had too many ingrown toenails. This is fucked up. Oh.
Number 3.
That made me shudder.
Number 3. I went to a film camp when I was a sophomore in high school. I had a great time and made a lot of friends. Near the end of the week, there was a lot of pressure to kiss one of the girls. The one I wanted to kiss out of any of them ended up kissing my other friend instead. So I didn't make a move on anybody.
Oh.
I later asked the person I was going to kiss, and she said she probably would have kissed back.
Damn, man.
That's
Two truths and a lie.
The last one's true.
Is it?
Read me the first one.
I think the first one's a lie.
The first one.
Wait, no. It's not. Because you've talked about how you played drums, you were percussion in band in school.
Yeah.
You've talked about that.
Okay, so then what's the second one?
Yeah, what was number 2?
Number 2. My first major injury was when I was in 3rd grade.
Oh, the toenail one.
Toenail. Got it.
Number 1 was guitar. Number 2 was ingrown toenail. Number 3, film camp. 2 truths and a lie.
You know what?
I still think the first one's a lie.
You know what?
I do.
1?
You listen to Andy's stories all the time.
I do, and he's talked about the summer camp thing before. I've heard this story before about the. Oh man. But maybe the lie is that she did not want to kiss you.
Mm.
But that's not believable. Who wouldn't want to kiss Andy?
This is Andy we're talking about.
Coming up next, the final segment of the show about Andy's dating life.
I'm gonna guess number 2, the toenail one.
All right. Mariana, you are incorrect.
Damn it.
Carlos, you are correct.
What's
So
the
one shot for Carlos.
What? Oh, because Mariana's
For
not
me.
drinking. God damn it! What the fuck?
I love you.
Wait, but you have to drink too, because I got it right.
I know, but you.
I don't care. He's got a drink.
Here, I'll
Has the
drink your
person?
drink.
Wait, has the person who's gotten their thing guessed correctly been drinking?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think I need to drink two more. So, the first one about the guitar, totally true. My parents got me a guitar, a used one and everything. It was an electric one.
Dude.
And I played a little bit with my youth minister.
Yes.
He was a cool guy. He actually
all youth ministers are.
But
that's
he still remains.
That's their one job.
Yeah.
In the church is be cool.
Be cool.
Like
he was legitimately a rad guy. He still is. And he taught me a few chords and stuff. And I was like, I'm gonna learn this. So
dude,
in and out, and I never did.
Your life would have been so different if you'd stuck with guitar.
Been guitar guy on campus.
If you'd been,
no.
If you, I mean, hey man, guitar guy got.
No, he didn't. I know him. He did not.
Hey man.
The illusion.
He got a lot of discussion.
He's got a lot of discussion
behind his back.
Yeah.
Number 2.
You could have been the guy that pulled Wonderwall out at the party. at the party. You could have serenaded so many girls to the point where they got
so
uncomfortable.
Many drunken frat girls.
Why is this dude
sorority
singing
girls.
Wonderwall at me right now? You could have been that guy.
Number 2 is true. The toenail thing.
But
No, sorry. Number 2 is the lie.
I was about to say, you just said
It is.
I was gonna say, what the fuck?
It is a truth. It was not my first major injury.
Oh, what was your first major injury?
My first major injury was when I was 3 or 4. I was on a merry-go-round on our school property. I hadn't even started school yet, but my brother was playing baseball or something.
Brian?
Yeah, Brian was playing baseball.
On a merry-go-round?
Dude, you know what I've noticed? There's a trend. You seem to get injured.
He's gonna comment about this. He's gonna be like, "No, it wasn't me."
You got into a major.
Meanwhile, he goes on to running. He's like, "He's on to us, guys."
He's the one with the car stuff? Oh, no.
Yeah. He was playing baseball, and I was third, 3, 4, something like that. I was not old at all. I was a little toddler.
Little top.
And I remember being on the merry-go-round and going around, and then this person who was 3 years older than me, who I was just like, "You're older than me. You're a boss." She was like, "All the cool kids sit on the bars," and I was like,
Oh.
"Yeah, I'm a solid 3'7". Let's go." So I did, and then I sat on. I did not have my balance.
Oh, my
and
God. No.
I fell back, and I cracked my head open, and I got stitches, and then a guy gave me singles in the emergency room.
What?
That's not a lie. That's 100% true, and I'm still confused by it.
You get
Yeah,
flipped out
that's,
at this
This guy gave me money.
for being injured?
Yeah, he was like, "This will cheer you up," and I was just like, "Sure did. I've never had this before."
That's.
My mom was I was sitting on my mom's lap, and he was doing like magic tricks or something.
Okay.
That makes okay.
I don't know. He was doing
that makes it so much better, Andy.
Yeah. The fact that your mother was there when you got the cash makes me a little bit more like, all right, it's cool. Cause like I don't know why I was picturing
some dude coming up.
You were just alone with this man, and like maybe you blacked out what happened before, but he gave you like some money. You'd be like, "We're cool, right?"
It's not right. No.
Yeah, I know it's not.
I just pictured you walking out with stitches or something, and dude's like, "Here's like 7 singles, dude.
Here you go, buddy.
Buy some chips."
Here you go, buddy.
Go to Wendy's, which we did. I got a junior bacon cheeseburger. I remember waking up the next day and being like, "Ooh, fast food." Yeah, so that's the story. Thank you all for joining us. Oh yeah, and
For
film
real.
camp. That was true.
Yeah. You talked about that story before.
Yeah, I thought that was true.
Well, I remember you talked about like you were at film camp and like there was so much pressure to like, oh, you got to make a move, and then you just didn't.
Why change now?
Yeah, right.
No.
Do we have any other ad reads? I don't actually know.
You know, we don't this week. But except for our continuing one, micropenises.
Right.
Oh no.
As we had mentioned, they're an ongoing sponsor. We really appreciate them submitting to the show, especially after the whole plan debacle, unicycle plan debacle. Again, sorry for that. Micropenises.
Cool.
There are advertisers. I don't know. They pay the bills. They keep the lights on.
No, I'm still laughing at the unicycle one.
Make sure to make it out to the brunch.
Yeah.
Oh,
brunch is September 7th. Chicago, Illinois. For further details, check out our Patreon coming soon. And don't forget our Twitter, Instagram, and the YouTube channel which you're watching this on right now. So, with that noted, I believe we have our final segment, which is barely a segment. It's just a story time. But first, I have to take my 2 shots, so you two fill the air time while I do so.
Wait, why do you have to take 2?
Because you didn't take.
I didn't take one whenever someone gets it right.
Here, take this.
Wait,
one.
don't you have to do that one?
Yeah, I do. Just give me that one. I'll
So yours
fill
are
it.
set, you know.
That way yours are
Oh,
good.
buddy. Here we go. Time for story time.
You have your story, right?
For what?
It's on my phone.
2009 childhood check.
Oh, we're doing that, but first. We're doing that
We don't have
first.
to. We
Oh,
can
it's
skip
up
that.
to you.
What do you think?
Ooh, I smell it.
It's kind of long already, isn't it?
We're at 50. We're technically at 50 minutes because we didn't start till around. We're good. We got like 10 more minutes. Or do you want to just go straight into the...
I don't have my 2009. I can come up with one real quick, but...
No, let's just go to story time then.
Okay. So we'll go to story time, then Twitter drafts, then wrap.
Yep.
Okay.
Ooh.
Here's to Thick Boys Media.
Cheers. Here.
Always a wild time. Salud.
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 I hope that my dog crying, wanting to come down here, isn't getting picked up by the mic.
Let's sure hope so.
If you guys enjoyed our guests from last week, Luna, leave us a like, drop a comment.
The first unofficial guest.
True.
Right.
Well, this is the...
Despite the fact that she was just being a hoe the whole time, kept showing her butt.
Really?
Yeah.
Colby
she was.
too!
Colby too. No, Colby was pretty tame. He was just chilling the whole time.
Indecency.
Luna would come. She kept coming up. She'd show her butt.
Colby
She'd
bites.
lick my arm and my leg, and then she'd like just jump off and walk away.
That's not
Thank
Whatever.
God I don't work tomorrow.
I thought you said you did.
Oh, thank God.
Okay. There you go.
Oh, that was a. I took that shot terribly.
It was so good.
I didn't like just throw it back. I like.
You tasted it?
I like sipped it.
Uh,
I mean, it's good. It's good vodka, but it's still vodka.
no, it's not good.
It's actually very.
Ooh, this
Very
is
good.
interesting.
What is this?
This is an update to the story.
Wait, what's
So,
the
okay.
story? What's
so
the
here's,
story?
Here's some context, okay? I didn't know that we were doing this segment until
This is going to be interesting.
So, okay.
I have to update before you update.
Oh,
Oh God.
So the story, it's been ongoing.
okay.
The person in such is no longer my Facebook friend, and I think has either blocked me or because I can no longer see the messages. But I remember exactly what they said because it occurred yesterday afternoon.
You should have screenshotted.
I really should have. But we have my full response.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so here's what happened. I get a friend request.
Yeah.
You got a friend request.
I got a friend request on, I want to say it was Friday or Thursday. I can't remember.
It was under a very basic name.
Yeah. And I look at the picture, I'm like, I don't know this person. And it says that I have one mutual friend. And it was Andy. So I'm like, you know what? I'm not even going to add this person, but I don't want to delete it in case maybe it's someone that like you and I have met, but maybe I don't remember. I'll just save it. I'll save the accept or decline for a later date. Let me just consult with Andy later. I end up asking you, hey, I got a friend request and you're my only mutual friend with this person. Do you know her? And he's like, dude, I'm going to talk about this on the podcast. So I've been dying to hear what the hell happened, like what this is about.
So, okay.
The name was super basic, similar to Carlos. I got added as a friend yesterday morning. So, as mentioned, my job has me on like locations, so I'm so busy during the morning that I finally get to like go on my socials and maybe check out stuff around like 10 a.m. if I'm lucky. So that's when my downtime is during the day when I have nothing to do. So I notice I have a friend request, and it's someone. She's an attractive looking girl. Her name's pretty general, basic,
like a Jane Doe type.
Yeah, but my name's pretty basic too.
I mean, is this person a bot?
Or so they have a whole. They have a lot of information in their thing. It goes like from Chicago, studied at U of I.
Okay, so
and I had one mutual friend.
Another one.
Just for context, when they added me, I noticed that their profile picture and their banner was added like
46 minutes ago.
2 hours prior or an hour prior. So I was like, this is weird. But you had added them, which made me like, okay, Andy doesn't seem like the type that would just like accept any friend request. Like I have friends where like if I get added by a bot and they're like, it's an attractive girl, because usually the bots are not bots, but like it's
Spam.
not a legit one. They usually use like an attractive female because they know that dudes out there will accept friend requests. And usually when I get those friend requests where I have a couple mutual friends, I'll look at who added them, and if it's like someone that I'm like, yeah, I would expect you to add, just like, oh, a hot chick added me, accept. You don't seem like that kind of guy, so that's why I kind of was like, I don't know, maybe it's a real person, and they're just like on a private thing.
So context. Carlos has been on a mission to find me a lady friend, ongoing. So he has pushed me. He says, why not take more risks? So I did.
You added the bot?
I accepted the friend request. It said I had one mutual friend. It said studied at Chicago, where we're based out of.
Yeah.
It said studied at U of I from Chicago. Like it had a decent amount of information. Said it was single, and everything like that. And so I'm just like, worst case scenario, I find out that it's not legit. Unfriend in 10 minutes. Best case scenario, I meet this person and things go well. And we'll see what happens.
True.
Well, they message first.
Oh, that's never a good sign.
And they say, hey, how are you doing? I have the screen recording right here. I don't have their side of the story anymore because apparently they have taken it back. But they said, hey, how you doing? In very kind of weird phrased English. I said, hi, I'm well. Have we met? ? And I'm just like, this is guaranteed a bot, but I kind of want to see where this goes.
You had some really funny interactions with bots.
So, if I'm remembering correctly...
Hold on. Listen to this. It's good ASMR.
That was good.
Okay, sorry, go ahead.
Pardon me. They say, no, we haven't, but I saw Facebook suggested your account, and then, sorry if that bothers you. I said,
wow.
No need to apologize. Just wasn't sure. How's your day going? I'm just like, this is definitely
Dude,
like,
you're
I'm
lonely.
like, I'm like,
Leave him alone. You tell the man to take a risk.
I'm sorry. That was bogus.
Andy, keep going.
That was bogus.
Ignore him.
I'm sorry. You know what? The problem is I'm approaching this as
a comfortable couple man.
I was approaching this in my mindset
It's
where
okay.
1, I'm in a relationship, 2, I'm not that attractive. So if a girl
Lies.
messaged me this, I'd be like, okay, you're obviously a bot, or like this just isn't a real interaction that's happening right now. So continue.
And they said something along the lines of, no, we haven't, but I saw your account, thought it'd be good. I said, no need to apologize. I just wasn't sure. How's your day going? They said, I'm well. I live in Champaign and I'm 22. Where are you from?
Oh my god.
And
Dude,
I
this
said-
is like textbook bot.
Well, no, exactly. So I read that one. I'm just like, okay.
Age, sex, location. Like,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah,
literally...
it was
No,
like-
yeah, I'm just like,
I'm 22 from
I'm-
Champagne.
I'm just like, all right, this is not legit. So I'm gonna try and creep in and see if I can get something out of this,
Right. Yeah.
So I
At
say-
this point, just like...
I say, haha, I'm in Chicago and in my 20s. I don't give a specific age. I'm just like, all right, here's where I'm just going to give the general one so it's believable. I can keep my story consistent, but not too specific. And they respond with, like, so good to meet you, blah, blah, blah. Like, I'm a florist. What do you do? And I said, happy to meet you too.
You studied at University of Chicago to be a florist?
University of Illinois.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Hey,
I mean,
hey,
they're
there's-
from
To be a
Chicago.
florist?
No degree. I mean, degrees get you random jobs sometimes.
I said, happy to meet you.
Oh, I thought, like, okay, well, I'm coming at it with that, like, she studied to be a
Oh
florist.
no, I doubt that.
Which I guess you could.
You could.
I don't mean to shit on florists. I apologize.
Horticulture stuff.
Yeah, there's a lot of science that goes into, like,
Arranging them.
plants, biology, like
Okay, we
that.
need
So
to stop and
I
let you
apologize.
continue.
I didn't mean. I stepped over the bound. I stepped over the line there. I apologize to our plant loving fans.
On that note, I said, happy to meet you. I am currently working on a TV show at the moment because I wanted to boast about
Yeah,
it.
right. Yeah, dude, flex on them.
Yeah.
right.
Be like, I'm big shit. I said, can I ask, is English your first language?
Yes.
Because their messages were so jank. It was like, I meet you. And I'm just like, yes, you did. Huh? What? And it was very, like, misworded. And it was very clear that it was a bot. And so I'm just like, all right, I'm going to see if I can try and pin them at a question and end it here. No. They're persistent. They say something along the lines of, they totally, like, avoided they said, English is my mother tongue. And I was
Yes.
like, and I was like,
What is this, Midsommar, dude? What the fuck is that?
they said English is my mother tongue. I'm like, wow.
Those are the funniest.
This does not sound American at all.
English is my mother tongue. Unfriended.
Continue.
I don't want to be murdered.
And they said, I'm single with no children. What are you?
I'm a man.
And I said, haha, good to know. I'm the same as you.
English is
LOL.
also my mother tongue. That's what you should have said.
So, they say, just sitting around, watching TV in my room.
In my underwear.
What are you wearing?
No, they said, what are you doing right now? And I said, I'm at work and 3 hours away from Champagne.
Dude, you should have like did that cringy text that dudes do where it's like, what would you be doing if I were there with you now? Like,
Continue.
And then it comes to, it says like, oh cool, hey, can I ask you a question? And I'm like,
my God.
here it comes. And I said,
what's your credit
I
card?
said, haha, sure, what's up? And they ask, no, they don't ask, they state, I'm practically naked in my room right now.
Yeah.
Yes.
And all I said was, huh?
Huh? You should have just sent the gif of that dude that just goes.
I was this close. Says hi and says, and she said, like, do you want to join me or something? I said,
join me in my chat room.
and I said, there's the question. and she said, it was something along the lines of like, I'm a young, what was it? Like, I feel like showing myself off on camera.
Oh my god.
But I only want to show you. Promise that you won't tell anybody.
Yeah, okay.
And I said, "Are you a hot young single in my area?" Question mark, question mark, question mark. How exciting! I've been looking for one of you.
You should have been like, also, this is going on my podcast.
Yes.
To the 10 people that'll watch it. That's generous.
And she said, "And you?" Question mark. And I said, "And I what?" Question mark. And there were 2 messages. And it was something along the lines of, do you want to see me naked?
Bam.
Like, do you want to see me on the bed? And I said, oh boy, do I. But first, I have a question for you. And she said, sure. I said, by each line was a new question. I said, have you ever heard the wolf cry to the blue corn moon? Or ask the grinning bobcat why he grinned? Can you sing with all the voices of the mountains? Can you paint with all the colors of the wind? Can you paint with all the colors
Did you
of the
literally
wind?
just fucking give her the lyrics to that Pocahontas song? You just...
So when she had asked about the initial offer, said, like, do you want to see me on camera? She said, so, question mark, question mark, question mark. So I ended all those questions with, so, question mark, question mark, question mark. And then I remember earlier today, actually, I got left with, what, question mark? And then got unfriended. So that's why you haven't seen any of the other person's respondents on the screen. But let me tell you, that was quite the ordeal.
Dude, okay, so second update, I don't have the friend request from her anymore.
Yeah, I think it got reported as spam, and that's why it's deleted.
Okay, because, like, I still, like, even after I asked you about the account, I didn't decline the friend request.
Yeah.
So I went to check, like, do I still have them edited? Because I was going to message them, like, just some random shit.
Yeah.
I don't have the friend request anymore.
Yeah, man, because it was
So
totally,
I guess it got reported.
It was totally a fake profile photo. It was 2 fake profile photos and, like, a fake name. And then just fake information for people in my area.
It's just my mother tongue.
Here's what I'm going to do right now. I'm going to do one of my friends bogus. I constantly, anytime I get like a bot spam account that adds me, that's like an attractive woman, and I see a mutual friend, it's usually like, dude.
No.
Why do I like constantly get friend requests from like bot spams? And it's all, you know, whatever. I'm just gonna bleep it, but that's just for you guys. Like, it's just,
I appreciate it.
I'm just like, come on, man. Like, stop.
But you know,
adding those, like,
we love him
a lot.
but we know the man.
He's thirsty. Dude, come on, man. Just stop adding like bots.
So on that note,
so
that was my story time of the week. Sorry that it couldn't be a bit more polished and everything.
That's still pretty funny though.
Dude,
English is my mother tongue will be the best thing.
English is my mother tongue, dude.
I'm gonna get you a shirt that says English is my mother tongue.
Dude, we gotta like, yeah.
That's gonna be our first piece of merch.
For real.
I honestly
want
want to make a T-shirt that says English is my mother tongue.
Catch us next time on the Big Boys Podcast.
Which, by the way, this is kind of random, but I have a friend who's an artist. He's a really great artist.
Oh, yeah.
Sean Williams.
Yeah.
His Instagram is
Beautiful.
I art sometimes. He has awesome art. He's a very funny guy. And he's actually designing like some art for us because I messaged him and asked him if I could like commission him to make us some art. He said he was willing to. And I want to make some like stickers out of it because I have a bunch of sticker paper. So I want to make some stickers, and so if people are interested in like getting some stickers. Maybe we could mail it or something.
Yeah,
to
dude.
people
That
if
would
they're
be so
interested.
$100%.
With like the Thick Boys logo and then the art that he's gonna design. He said he'll send it through soon, but yeah.
That sounds great.
It's really, really good art.
I mostly just wanted to give a shout out to Sean. He's an awesome guy, and he makes some.
No, he
Awesome. Yeah, it's beautiful.
At the very least, check out his Instagram.
His
Instagram is
It's so awesome.
It's quality stuff. Speaking of quality stuff, it is time for our very last portion of the day. Oh, sad. It's called Twitter Drafts.
Yes, the only reason we have this podcast is for this segment.
It's for this
Twitter
one segment,
drafts.
so I can filter out the garbage from my Twitter drafts.
I
to dump onto
literally
this podcast.
look forward to this segment every single week because I want to know what goes on in the mind of Andy Phillips that he filters enough to not put out into the public.
Until now.
Until Twitter drafts.
So this one we actually talked about earlier. Earlier in the week.
Okay.
Conspiracy theory, : I believe Patrick Wilson, and I added the actor.
Yes.
I believe Patrick Wilson, the guy from The Conjuring,
Insidious.
Watchmen, very basic white guy. Look him up right now.
You know,
I'll do it on
I
my
always
phone
do.
just to
What's his
give a
name?
proper screenshot.
He's the main
Patrick
guy
Wilson.
in The Conjuring. Him and his wife go and do the exorcisms and shit.
So this is
Conjuring
Patrick
the one with
Wilson.
Annabelle?
Conjuring. Yeah.
Oh, I know him.
Yeah.
I'm slow with stuff.
By the way, I want to
This is
just
Patrick
say
Wilson.
that what Andy's about to say, because I technically kind of know this Twitter draft, what Andy's about to say, I don't agree with, okay? I'm a Patrick Wilson stan.
Okay, I'm
Patrick Wilson is Hollywood's first artificial intelligence embodiment of an actor. He exists,
Ooh.
but is he really alive?
What got you to that point?
Well, because...
I'm watching you, Patrick Wilson. I'm watching.
He is kind of like, he's not exceptional.
Look at his face. His face
I was looking
is
at his
so
face.
basic.
So-
It's just
It's kind of funny.
he's got maybe a taller forehead.
We were talking about this the other day because we were just like...
There's
I randomly
nothing
was just
speci-
thinking about the Watchmen movie.
Yeah.
We were just like watching a bunch of clips, and then Andy and I were just like, oh yeah, that really just like random, super awkward, like totally unnecessary sex scene that just breaks out.
Yeah. And he has multiple movies. I feel like it's in his contract where he's like, I've got to at least have one sex scene a year. Like, there's a movie, Little Children. He has a gratuitous sex scene.
Most of the Blumhouse production scary movies that he's in don't have a sex scene, so
That's fair. But he's grown from that. His early days, it was like, I'm doing it. It's happening.
Well,
Yeah.
you gotta get your name out
But like,
there.
look at his name. Look at his face. Look at his face.
I was looking at his face. His face does say something.
It looks like.
again,
Nothing.
I want to state for the record,
He is fake.
I
He's
am
a robot.
He has a stash in this one.
I want to state for the record,
Wow,
I
filter onto it.
I do not condone the slander against
Look.
Patrick Wilson.
You're so ridiculous. Look, he has a stash, and Andy's like, they added a filter.
Dude, you guys are okay.
I'm not roasting him. He's
Listen,
doing good
I
work.
love Patrick Wilson's work.
That's where his pictures are.
I don't know if
Look.
I don't know if that's because I'm a fan of Patrick Wilson himself.
He's not a
or
bad
maybe I just like the
person.
movies he's been in. I don't know.
He's got good movies.
Listen. Here's the thing you guys gotta understand about me. I didn't study cinema.
Ay, Dios mío.
Neither did I.
Oh my god, look at this one. Look, girl,
Okay.
On that note,
This is going off the rails.
thank you for joining us for this.
Thank
for
you,
this-
Mariana,
Yes.
for being our first guest.
Yay!
Episode
Effect.
3.
Effect.
Baby, in the
Clapping sound
bird.
effect. Confetti.
Confetti. Confetti. Why not a little bit of fire?
Fire. Any other effect you want to see in there? Give us an effect.
Bubbles.
Bubbles.
There it is! I'm drowning!
Water!
Oh, there's water?
And on that note, thank you guys for joining us for another episode of Thick Boys Podcast. I've been Andy.
She's Mariana.
Oh, I'm Mariana.
And I'm Carlos.
We want to thank you again for joining us. Tune in next time to catch if we continue to have guests and continue to play this silly game of learning about their lives.
Also, if you're a close friend that watches the podcast and you live in the Chicagoland area and you're interested in being on the podcast,
we've had several people reach out already.
Let us know.
So it is similar to the Your Mom's House podcast, where it is an invite-only situation. But if you say, "Hey, I'm interested,"
then we'll invite you.
There's some paperwork you gotta fill out.
It says.
You have to sign your name.
Also, before we end, thanks, Tom Hanks. Come on the podcast. We'd love to have you.
Yes.
Thank you, Tom Hanks.
Yes.
This has been the Thick Boys Podcast, and we just want to say one last time.